welcome back to my channel. Your girl loves balling on a budget. When I first moved to Chicago, if you're unaware, I was hustling and like walking dogs and teaching English online to kids in China. Like I did not have a budget to go out to eat at fancy restaurants and like basically do anything. There's so many great free things to do. Like you don't need to be going out and spending a ton of money to have a fantastic time living in Chicago. That inspired me to create today's video, which is my top 10 things that I recommend doing for free in the city. I am saving my personal favorite one till the very end, so you are gonna wanna stick around. Number one on my list, and I've honestly only done this like once or twice, and I really should go back because I loved it so much, the Lincoln Park Conservatory. There's a few conservatories in and around the city, but some of them are a little bit farther, and I don't have a car. The Lincoln Park Conservatory is right in the heart of Lincoln Park. It's by the zoo, it is beautiful, and it is free to enter. You do have to make a reservation online, but just that way they don't get like overcrowded and they know how many people are coming through. But it is beautiful in there. Like it is truly shockingly beautiful. I especially recommend doing this if it's a bad weather day, but even if it's a beautiful sunny day outside, just the plants in there, the whole vibe, it is incredible. 10 out of 10 recommend. The Lincoln Park Conservatory is stunning. I love plants. Being around all that greenery, it's just a mood booster no matter how you try and frame it. Number two, and I have not done this one, and I only learned about this when I was doing research for today's video. The Adler Planetarium is currently doing Adler at night, and it's from 4 to 10 p.m. and it is free to Illinois residents. So if you're someone traveling from out of town, this one's not applicable to you. However, they do have other free museum days as well, but I didn't even know that they were doing free museum nights like every day from 4 to 10 if you live in the city. The planetarium is supposed to be incredible. I've just never made my way down there and I really, really should. They have one of the largest public telescopes for people to use in the Midwest. I've just heard really good things about it, and you can go for free. Next on the list is one of my absolute favorite things to do in the city, and that is go and have a beach day. If you are unaware, our beaches are absolutely stunning, and there are sandy beaches or there are concrete ones. And some people are concrete beach people and some people are sandy beach people. I think I'm a sandy beach person. However, like the concrete ones and not getting sand all up in everything is decently appealing as well. There is nothing more fun than packing a picnic and heading to the beach. Alex and I did this for our 7-year anniversary. I cannot believe we've been dating for 7 years. It's a very long time. We went to Milton Lee Olive Park, which isn't even a beach. It's on the lakefront, but it's like a grassy green park. And we just brought a picnic and sat there in the sun, and it was absolutely fantastic. So I do highly recommend, if you're looking for something fun and free to do, pack yourself a lunch, grab some to-go sushi or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and head out to the beach and just sit there and appreciate that we have this giant body of water that the city is right up against. Number 4 is another one that I've never done, but I found during my research today that I really want to add to my list. So there is a bar called Empty Bottle, and they are a music venue, and they'll have different bands and stuff come in all the time. And usually there is always a cover to go and see these bands. However, on Mondays, admission is free and it's local bands. I think that that's something really fun. Obviously you'd go in, it's a bar, buy a beer or something, but there's no cover. And that's really nice. And to be able to go see live music, I just think that would be really fun. This one popped up in a lot of different like articles and things I was reading about free things to do in the city. So it seems like it's a really popular one and people really, really enjoy it. And I was like, I've never even heard of this. Now I must go. If I'm gonna be everyone's Chicago Sherpa, I gotta learn. For the research, for science. Number 5 on my list is one of the more commonly known ones. However, it is just too good that there was no way I was gonna leave it off this list, and that is going to the Lincoln Park Zoo. The Lincoln Park Zoo is one of the very few free zoos left in the United States, and it is so cute. I love going to the zoo. Also, right now there's little baby lion cubs, and they like play and wrestle. I just wanna sing like, can you feel the love tonight? They're so cute. I keep seeing videos of them, and I've been dying to get into the zoo and go and see them myself, but I have not seen them yet. So that I just think would be such a fun thing to do. The zoo is just like really nicely kept, and if you have kiddos, awesome. If you don't, it's honestly still so much fun. Taking my fiance Alex to the zoo is hilarious because he just makes dad jokes to all the children the entire time, and I'm like, we don't even have kids here. I highly recommend. The zoo is a great time. It's a blast. There was no way that was not gonna make my list. Number 6 on my list is catch a movie in a park. You could go down to Millennium Park, which is where they have the big amphitheater and like tons of lawn space and seats and everything. That's a really great place. However, every single little park in the city basically does movie in the park at some point throughout summer. They'll usually have like a sign on a fence or something that says like the different movies that they're doing and what dates they're coming up. You could go to the big one, but you also can go to like your own little local park. And again, pack yourself a picnic, put down a blanket. It's just something fun and different to do. And it's free. And it's just so nice to like be able to be outside and enjoying the city. Coming in at number 7, and this is only for those of you who are over the age of 21, but this would be going to either Replay or Headquarters. These are 2 bars where they're like video game bars and they have like just tons and tons of video games. It is a bar, so again, you would need to buy a drink to be there. However, all of the video games are free. There's a Headquarters in our neighborhood and it's really fun to go in there and bring out of town guests. Pac-Man and Space Invaders are my go-tos because it's very like beep, 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 like simple buttons. Like if you're trying to make me do combos or anything, I'm useless. And then they have everything up until like really modern video games too. If you go to Headquarters, play Killer Queen, and know that Alex and I get really stupid competitive and we would love to play against you if we ever have the opportunity. Super fun. And if you're not like a huge drinker, just buy like a beer or something. But then you get to play all the games. And so like, again, very low cost, but no cover to enter. And that is the key. Number 8 is museums. And honestly, there are more museums than I could list. As I was Googling this, I think I came up with like 30 different museums that all offer like free days and stuff like that. I didn't even know there was that many museums in the city. Like there are all of the big ones like the Art Institute and stuff like that, but there are just, I wrote a couple of them down. Museum of Contemporary Photography, the Institute of Ancient Cultures, West Asia and North Africa, the Smart Museum of Art, and the James Adam Whole House Museum. There was a ton, like honestly, probably 30. And all of these places do have free days and stuff. So if you are a museum junkie, look up the museums in the city, look up what days they are doing free admission and go and check them out because I had no idea how many there were. And you could do that. Museums are great because they are all year round. Like on a rainy, snowy, awful day, go to a museum. All right, coming in at number 9, where I know a ton of people enjoy them, street festivals. Honestly, street fests are really cool. I loved them like my first 2 years. However, I just am not as much into crowds as I used to be, and they do typically tend to be pretty dang crowded. But the street fests are great. They are free to enter. There is usually a requested $10 donation, but like you don't get harassed if you don't do it. So if you really are balling on a budget and you can't afford the $10 donation, you can still go in. It's really fun. There's pop-ups of different like artisan shops and things like that. There's always so many different food vendors with like crazy different foods. That's really cool. There's typically always live music, and like the live music bands will be incredible. I did go to Pride Fest this year up in North Alstead, previously known as Boys Town. They had an ABBA cover band that was just like the most fun to dance to ever. And there was an arepa stand and I ate arepas. So like, it's just a good time. It's just something that's super different to do outside of the norm. I do highly recommend. And number 10, this is like my ideal perfect evening. And I do highly recommend doing it at least once because it is just really, really cool. Go for a walk on the Lakefront Trail. It is beautiful. It is free. I have walked the Lakefront Trail like probably 100 times at this point. Never, not one time do you ever leave just not feeling like on top of the world because of how beautiful and stunning it is. However, my recommendation specifically for this one, you are going to need to be going on a walk either on a Wednesday or Saturday because I want you to end up at Navy Pier. Navy Pier, it's super touristy. However, on Wednesdays and Saturdays in summer, they light the fireworks off of Navy Pier. You could walk to them from a couple different places, but like if you're doing it once, just do the damn thing. Go to Navy Pier and see them because they have music to them and it's just, I don't know how to describe it except that being on the pier and seeing all of these people like enjoying the city in the summer and being outside with their families, there's just nothing like it. Like I love being surrounded by other people who are just really happy to freaking be there. It's one of my favorite things that Chicago does is these stupid fireworks, and they're beautiful, but it's just such a great way to have an appreciation for the city. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This one is definitely for those of you who are probably living in Chicago, or maybe you're visiting, but you're really trying to save a buck. However, if you are someone watching this video and you are looking to visit Chicago and you're not looking to necessarily save the most money, but really just enjoy your time in the city, I do have a full itinerary weekend video that I highly recommend watching here.